What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 41 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Waller Fofback's temporary zombie army managed to see off Ikit with the help of the garrison of Fort Saul. In addition to that, we have suddenly gone with another route of expansion, or another round, I suppose, of expansion here, with us taking over a lot of Sartosan territory and are now moving through Skaven territory. We've also begun the war with the Bloody Hands, which means all of this territory will shortly be up for grabs, and then of course what we're doing in the north as well, plus the thought of moving down here to start retaking former Imperial territories like that of Ostland and, well, the fight, presumably, against Festus, though it will be annoying to once again acquire those plagues. But what can you do? And gotta deal with it at some point after all. Now, this is going fairly well, but we do still have a few things I think that we must do. Let's see, I believe... Oh, we've actually made all the moves we needed to do, haven't we? We have a lot of temporary armies on the field right now, which we also kind of want to get off the field as fast as possible because they're costing us a lot of cash. Actually, speaking of costing us cash, let's take a quick look at Aldous over here. You, my friend, are going to go with Grave Sentinels and... Oh, you have Ordo Draconis already. Yes, alright, so... You can get Ordo Draconis and you're going to get Grave Sentinels. It's unfortunate that this will lock Heart Piercing. I do wish that these things weren't tied this way. But oh well, I guess it sort of makes sense, because Grave Sentinels feels more like a defensive army composition, and thus the Lord gets defensive buffs, whereas the Doom Rider would feel like more of an offensive composition and thus have more offensive buffs. It's just that these are better than these, so whatever. I think what we'll do is we'll put Aldous on the Zombie Dragon and get Grave Sentinels, and then our other bloodline will get Heart Piercing, but stay on a Hell Steed rather than go on the Zombie Dragon. Basically what I was saying a few episodes ago with regards to the... this being better with regards to the Hellsteed, because it's less likely to get surrounded and killed than the Zombie Dragon is, who can get a lot more benefit out of the resistances and stuff, because it's more fragile. Alrighty, well, let's do that. And also, doesn't it sound weird that the Zombie Dragon's more fragile than the Hellsteed? Ugh. And that's just the way of things. Alrighty, well, I believe that's actually it. There isn't much to do, and that gave us a little bit of cost reduction. In fact, 138 upkeep for Graveguard is pretty damn solid. Not that huge of a difference between a Graveguard unit and a unit of Skeleton Spears then, and they're actually cheaper than Dire Doggos. We also don't technically need this Black Coach in this particular army. You know what we'll do? We'll start raising lots of Graveguard to replace all of these units. And we'll get some Black Knights for now, but they're obviously all going to be turned into Blood Knights. We don't want to go anything crazy in with regards to Blood Knights in this particular army. Maybe like 6 of them or something along those lines. We'll have more in the other Blood Dragon army. Alright, you're good. You're good now. Let's see, and I do believe that's it. Alrighty, let's end the turn. I do expect lots of battles potentially to come. Throt will probably sally out. I'm not 100% sure, but I expect him to, mostly because his army is pretty okay. If he's willing to allow us to siege, though, he'll lose eventually, so I doubt that he will. And again, you never know with the AI. And then otherwise, we also may get a battle going with our temporary army belonging to Yos over here. I assume it's Yos? Stahlberg, so I would think that Yos, because the J would be silent like Johan. If anybody knows how to pronounce this name, please help me. I'm terrible. Anyway, let's skip the rest of this minus the commandment and let's go next turn. You are going to... I guess Foster Terror still. I mean, the only problem with this is the fact that we don't really need the growth here anymore because it's just a matter of cash at this point, but nonetheless. We can still reduce the cost of the building construction to some degree, if we even manage to hold on to these territories that long, because obviously the war with the Skaven and the Bloody Hands at the same time is liable to take a toll. Anyway, let's end the turn, and then let's continue moving. Alrighty, Ice Court, yada yada yada, I want Molder to move. Let's see what they do. Give us a nice battle, please. Oh, Scryer? Oh, Wicket. You see that that Skavenblight is under threat, but no. Rudy's gonna take it out, and it looks like his little army did not decide to attack. Well, that's fine by me. Also, looks like the vaults at Zerexil are still being held by the Bloody Hands, which means that our elven allies did not decide to take it. Actually, speaking of our elven allies, let's take a quick look at diplomacy before we do anything else. Looks like no Sally. Oh, look, an Undercity, it's Kislev. Clan Rictus destroyed. Lovely. Amateur discovered Morgar the Shadow Gave. Where are you, Morgar? What are you doing? What are you doing out here? Whatever it is, I don't like it. Okay, well that's kind of concerning. He might try to go for Sartosa. You know, let's upgrade Sartosa immediately. We'll see what he does. Hey, we got new research, or new tech up and running. Huh. I'm trying to remember, is it Morgar that has the really good defeat trait? Or is it Malagor? I think it might be Malagor. No, wait. Huh. One of them has that missile-resistant trait, which would be really good on zombie dragons, but I can't for the life of me remember who it is. Because we would ideally want to kill them more than once. Well, we'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, Rudy, you're about to attack at Skavenblight. You can also raise a temporary, let's say, skeleton spear for the assault here. Alright, there. And we'll attack this shortly. It's not going to be a difficult battle because they don't have many defenders there. And I think that they only have these 3 territories, unless I'm mistaken, right?
It will be a
oh, wait, plus they have whatever they have left up here. Karakazor. Looks like Orion still hasn't taken it. Come on, man. We're ignoring this for, well, convenience reasons, but also reasons. Oh, don't tell me you're going to go for Zvorak. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I will be so annoyed if they go for Zvorak when we're trying to go for it. Well, try it anyway. Maldwin. You gotta delete your army shortly, so you gotta do as much work as you possibly can while you can. Now you're able to reach Karakharn, which is great. Your army's still kind of damaged, and we probably could have summoned a few more things, but if they sally out, I do imagine that we should be able to win this. I mean, that's still a lot of orc boys, and we only have zombies to work with, but nonetheless.
It will be
Just do that. And we could, of course, raise at least 3 more zombies if we wanted to. And also, you have Wind of Death now, do you not? Yeah, you have Wind of Death. That should be able to destroy the Orc Boys. You know what? Let's do this. You. Let's join you together. We have room for 1 more. Okay, then let's join you guys together.
Bring war.
And I should have just joined them all, shouldn't I have? There we go. And then we'll raise 2 more zombies. Or maybe 1 zombie and 1 extra skeleton spear. Not gonna make much of a difference either way. And this army remains temporary. After we destroy the Bloody Hands and the Skaven here, we will no longer need this army. Although I'm pretty sure I'm gonna bring Waller back at some point, just because I like having him around, and obviously he's our only Master Necromancer. Roddy, you are gonna siege. We're going to continue the siege as long as we have the Plague, but once the Plague goes, we're going in. So you have 1 more turn to try to sally there, Throt, otherwise you will perish. Oh, actually, wait a second. I just realized something. And that is that Aldous here, he doesn't have the Throt defeat trait, does he? And this is probably the last chance we can get, and since he's going to be on a zombie dragon, he could very well benefit quite a bit from it. You know what? That might mean we should probably move him in and attack this together. Just to farm defeat traits, if nothing else. We also gotta watch out for Tsarina Katrin, but that's less of a, well, it's less of a problem for us right now. And what is this? Why would you jump to Krakadra? What the heck? What am I seeing here? Huh. It looks like he's in the settlement, but he's not. It's the game is lying. I don't appreciate it, game. Well, either way, this guy's gonna run, so I think what we'll do... I guess we could sack Sioktraken on the way to Krakadrak. Or actually we could capture Sioktraken and then just give it to our allies. Yeah, you know what, fine. You are going to... you know what, 1 turn of attrition isn't gonna matter. You don't have the Plague anymore, so you don't care. Although the annoying thing would be is if this guy tries to run around you, but whatever. Alrighty, let's move you to the Winter Pyre. And yeah, he's gonna run, but that's just fine. Keep moving. Are you stuck? Oh, I was waiting for the enemy to move. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Vladdy, stay as you are. Take Sioktraken next turn, and then go after Krakadrak afterwards. Hopefully, Ungrol Stoneheart doesn't declare Warness and retake Lair of the Troll King. Although it would be more of an annoyance than anything else. Also, we'll do tech shortly, but let's move before we do. Aldous. You probably need to consolidate, and... do we trade Castle Alexandrinov now?
If the frost asks,
We could try to take them to tell these guys to attack the Bay of Blades, but I don't necessarily actually want them to take it.
will of the blizzard.
And plus, we probably should keep saving up the income. You know what? Just hold on to this for now. We gotta figure out what else we want to do. First of all, you need to go find Nikari and annoy him to the best of your ability. These guys are still rising? Yes, still improving. Okay, thank you, Eatane. I appreciate it. And oh, hello. A little army here. Damn, should have sent the Lord to, or the hero to annoy that for a little while. Now, what I wanted to see was you. We are kind of near to a defensive alliance possibility, which isn't too bad. Now, you know what? What we could try to do is have you join war against... who's likely to join war? Okay, Bloody Hands are weak. Minus 4.3, never mind. The Bloody Hands are not weak. Broken Axe, also not weak. Yeah, okay. That's looking not super likely, is it? How much do you want for the defensive alliance? 12k. We could do it right now, though it's a little bit steeper than I'd like. Hard to say, to be perfectly honest.
Destruction.
I'm gonna have to think about that. And Brahm the Mad, you're gonna run around. Oh, you're gonna... oh, hello. There's a frickin' Skull Island here. Oh, man. We might have to send Zoltathios to grab that. I was gonna have him go after Ekrund, but this is just too good. And then I guess you... wait. Where can the rats land? I suppose they could try to go after Argalis. Redanos, you need walls as well. Alright, well, we'll see about... oh, you're probably gonna go after Rafrafa. Damn, we really need to work on these Skaven. Alrighty, I really would like to see the trees fight some more, so we're gonna attack this Skull Island shortly. Looks like Maldwin is ready to go. Bathilda... oh, you could probably auto-resolve this little fell cargo here. Yeah, let's go after that. And then we'll move towards Queek afterwards. I doubt he'll take Berikvar, or at least I doubt he'll do so in a single turn. And sail to the wreck. And I'll resolve it, please. Free money, free XP after all, and don't bother healing up because you're right beside your own territory, so take the money. And where's our reward? Hey, ambush defense chance plus 10, good against the rats. Corpse cart for Johan, hey, another student, this is why we didn't take that, and another 8k, beautiful. We definitely needed the money. And go to Matorka, please. And just out of curiosity, do we heal as much out of Matorka? Well, I mean, not as much. Certainly a decent amount, so you can march stance and go to Berikvar. And if Queek attacks it, you can kill him, and if he doesn't attack it, well, then you can chase him down. What do we got over here? Where did Karakazul's army go? I don't know, and I don't like the fact that I don't know. But oh well. This means that you are gonna start moving down here. It's gonna take... oh, there it is. Well, how did I miss that? I thought it was a hero because he's got so many heroes. If all these Skaven armies attack Peter, it'll be a little bit of a concern. His army isn't nearly as good as Bathilda's, but I'm still reasonably confident in his ability to take it. Also, speaking of Bathilda, you get a Armor of Destiny now. She takes a lot of damage usually, not as much as Rudy, mind you, because we keep sending him into very dangerous circumstances, I suppose, but otherwise you're fine. And then I also want to give Rod, while we're here, his own Armor of Destiny as well. He has the Armor of Fortune, but he can have the Armor of Destiny. Wait, what does Vlad have again? Wasn't I gonna give one Armor of Destiny to Vlad? The thing is, he doesn't really need it. Where are you, Vlad? Yeah, he has a Helm of Discord. It's just that he never gets hurt. You know what, maybe we'll give it to him shortly. I don't want to spend too long on items right now, and it won't make much of a difference either way to any of our lords. Rudy, he'll attack shortly. Rod, you're gonna stay here. Aldous will move you shortly again. I want to see how much money we can get. You know what, let's have Zoltathios fight. Let's see how he fares against the Vampire Coast. Not a matchup that we're very liable to get a lot, so we might as well enjoy this one. And here we go. What do they got? They got a single unit of carronades, okay, which is good. I was a little bit worried that we'd have to face off against a lot of carronades that would be dangerous to our poor treekin, and obviously to our dryads, but I think we're okay. They're not as dangerous to the tree men because they're just gonna heal through it via Earthblood. Anyway, we're gonna do this cinematically. Looks like a pretty fun battle. Let's get to it. Hey, Zoltathios seems to have made a short speech this time. I have no idea what exactly it was that he said, but well, I'm sure it was very moving. Ah, March of the frickin' Malevolent Treemen. I love this army. Arborous Enchant ready to attack and about to hit some depth guard here. And oh damn, these guys jump high. Smashy, smashy, these guys go flying and they go, oh damn, you got a lot of air, didn't you? And the Dryads are coming in to reinforce from the back. Obviously, this is also a great particular map to fight on. It's completely clear and there's no terrain really to worry about. No hills. This is both good for us and good for the enemy at the same time because they are then able to fire at our trees without any kind of trouble that would normally give gunners trouble. This is also a very simple battle, tactically speaking. Simply charge the enemy. And it's really nice that this army has a full Vanguard deployment on basically all units, with the exception of the Manticore and the single unit of Glade Guard. Everything else deploys right in front of the enemy, and certainly prevents them from doing too much damage, though as we can see, Zoltathios took the brunt of the enemy hits. And now the Depth Guard are getting pretty wrecked up in the front here, and they're obviously meant to be infantry blenders, so especially the dual-handed weapons are not going to do so well against treemen and treekin. And of course we've already silenced the enemy's guns with our spiders and our great wolves. Dire wolves? No. Giant wolves? I'm gonna go with giant wolves. There's too damn many wolf types in this game. Alrighty, well done. Looks like the enemy center is just about ready to collapse. Both units are about to die. Our Manticore is also on the enemy lord, and our Lord Zoltathios is about to join him. We've also sent our giant spiders as well as our doggos and our bats to deal with any enemy hand cannons, any other range units that could potentially do some damage, though it's not looking like they're going to achieve much at all. After those first, Tide Call coming in. After those first few volleys into our units, it looks like the enemy is just about done. Ooh, and I can't wait to get the 20k for this. We have so much to spend it on. It really makes me think that maybe later on we'll want to send an army out to sea to pick up some stuff. Maybe once Rudy clears out the Maelstrom, we might send him there, although I suppose we might also send him somewhere else. I have to think about it. If there's more Skull Islands to be found, it doesn't seem right to just let them stay there. Anyway, let's check back on the battle here. The balance of power is vastly in our favor. The enemy lord is nearly done for, especially with Zoltathios very, very, very slowly advancing upon him. Together with his little pet Manticore. Alrighty, and it looks like everybody shut up and down. I mean, melted here. There we go. The Depth Guard are gone. Looks like one of our units routed, though. Once again, this is the borrowed army, and thus we don't actually care about units getting damaged in routing, because unlike our normal vampiric units, they will just run away instead of melting away. So that is a nice change of pace. Ah, I love this army. Man, I love using this army so frickin' much. Ugh, too bad we can't keep it forever. It's just so enjoyable. And at least we're leveling it up for our allies a little bit. We could heal very slightly here, but we are near our own territory, so let's take the money and keep taking money. And hello. Hello, we got a Scab Scrap, the breath attack ability. Now I take it that you didn't steal it. We got it for ourselves. I'm also tempted to take the Scroll of Stone from the AI. It's a really useful bombardment. And the thing is, the AI can't really use it, can it? Because, well, it auto-resolves every battle that it fights, doesn't it? Certainly a reason to not allow them to keep it. I'll think about it. Oh, right, we can't, We have to raid our own territory. There's no encamp stance for the trees, and they're vampiric trees at that. We'll have to suffer attrition, but you know what? Let's stay here for a turn and then heal up. If we have to deal with Braum the Mad, then we'll sail Zoltathios out and have him deal with it. You know what I probably should have done also? I probably should have had Joss or Yos here, should have had him go into ambush beside Lucini instead of moving him to Argalis. In fact, if Braum moves back around this way, that's what I'll do. Alrighty, well that's good. Next up, who do we got? And who wants to get that Scab Scrap? Where would we most benefit from doing so? On the one hand, it is a magical weapon, so it does feel like it would belong on Rudy here, although I also want to give Rudy the Giant Blade. Mostly because it tickles me. Ogre Blade and Giant Blade are basically the same thing, except the Giant Blade is, I guess, very slightly better. I just love the idea of the Strong Rudy, that should be his name. The Strong Necrarch. I'm just gonna keep giving him fighty weapons. Because it, once again, I love it. Alrighty, oh, wow, where's your ancillaries, dude? What the heck happened here? Let's give you something. Not the Treasurer, mind you. Probably because we don't have many ancillaries that we can give you that would be useful. Banner of Swiftness, I guess we could give you a War Banner. The Rampager Standard is gonna go to the Blood Knights army, so you don't really need that. Alrighty. Good amount of cash we got, but you know, that'll be gone in like a few seconds. It hurts, it really hurts, but what can you do? Aldous. You know what? I was about to say maybe we should recruit stuff with you, but maybe we attack with Rudy first at Skavenblight, and then we didn't, but then we want to probably spread the admin out a little bit. You know what we'll do? We'll go for quick deal first. Let's see what we're looking at here. Torgavon is moving closer to a non-aggression pact, at the very least. Military access, getting a little bit closer with the Caravan of Blue Roses and with Talzin. Talzin at minus 2.8, eh? And they're still pretty positive with us. If we could just get them to join a few more wars with us, and almost a military alliance with Carcassonne, yeah, but Durthu doesn't like that. He doesn't like it when we do such things. In fact, where is Durthu? He's down here. The thing about Durthu is that if we were to ally with Talzin, it's unlikely that Durthu would betray us afterwards. So we probably should try to achieve it to some degree. Also, anything here? No. I'm just wondering whether we should pay anybody. How much do you want for military access? 3k. A little bit steep, but doesn't mean we don't necessarily want to do it. Make you a little bit friendlier with us, and then maybe when you lose your armies at some point, maybe you'll confederate, if you manage to survive. Although, of course, the Knights of Caldor won't be too happy with us about allying with you, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, military access, screw it. Well, let's give you the money. Unless, we could join war against Goldtooth. I do have to wonder who else is fighting Goldtooth. Wait. Well, these guys are our allies. It's unlikely they'll hate us for fighting Goldtooth. They're not... You know what? Let's just double check here. Let us exit this. Let's go to regular diplomacy tab. Then let's check out Goldtooth for a second. Where are they? Oh, man. So many damn factions. Here we go. Goldtooth, you are currently at war with the northern provinces, the Caravan of Blue Roses, and the Poxmakers. Okay, so it seems like they're a decent faction to declare war on. Makes sense to me. Okie dokie. And the Blood Guzzlers are at war with both of our all of our allies, really. Okay, fine. Okay, that makes sense to me then. Let's save the money, and let's request joining war against Goldtooth. Wait. But if we join war against Goldtooth, we become weaker. which is a problem, because the AI will consider us to be weaker, which will make it less likely that they're going to be willing to ally. Okay, wait. We have to figure out how to do this properly, because it's Talzin that we want to ally with, but I don't really want to pay them 13k, even though we do have 44k right now. But this will come in handy. Unless they start fighting Bretonnia or something. Well, they seem okay with each other. Although it's very possible, because they're kind of sharing borders. And we can't ask them to join war against anybody. I'm really surprised that they won't join war against the Bloody Hands, considering how weak they are. You know what? I'll think about it. But that does mean that we'll do the rest of our admin, then we'll do the diplomacy, then we'll have Rudy attack. So Aldous, let's start with you. First of all, you don't need the Skellies anymore. Or at least you don't need that many Skellies anymore, I should say. And nor the Dire Doggos. And also, now that I think about it, you probably will want to get yourself another Necromancer. Because you're going to have a pretty big melee line. That said, not super happy with any of these Necromancers. What can yours do again? You have the Master of the Black Arts, eh? We could double up on that. Nah, fine. Double up on it. There we go. Double Necromancers to become double Corpse Carts to help the Graveguard. Though I'm thinking... Well, we'll still probably need at least one Mortis Engine, maybe two. I just don't want to go overboard on Mortis Engines here. I know that they're super worth it and super good, it's just that we have them everywhere. For good reason, to be fair. Anyway, you are going to... Wait, do you have the Gravedigger? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So get to this, and this, and this, and this. Ow. Okay. Let's delete you two. There we go, and I know this is gonna cost. In fact, the Black Knights, now that I think about it, may not be necessary, because we could just straight up raise Blood Knights. No, and you could get the Mortis Engine here as well. At least one. You know what? This could take the place of a... you know what? Let's do this. First of all, take out the Konigstein Stalkers, and you probably don't really need the ghouls here. The thing is, if we're going to move him to Prague, as we saw, there's a ton of potential for raising stuff there. And you are currently in Zoyshenk, which is part of the Western Oblast, which is part of Castle Alexandrinov, not Fort Strogov, so we can raise more at Fort Strogov. Alrighty. Well then, I think that's good, minus the Mortis Engine, but we can always raise it at Prague instead. Let's move you directly to Strogov for now. And let's see what Graveguard we can raise there, because they're so cheap now. I want at least 8, possibly more, and yeah, we could raise 2 more if we wanted to. Alright, let's do that. We have the money after all. And then we could raise a Blood Knight, which is only a little bit more expensive than the Black Knights. Huh, interesting that the Blood Knights have less armor than the Black Knights do, but they're better in everything else, especially melee defense, plus they got the hunger. And it actually makes me think that maybe we want to delete you. We just paid money for you, damn it, my bad. And we can raise a Mortis Engine here as well, but the Blood Knight is the critical thing. Like so. Alrighty, that certainly cost us, but let's see, if we get to you guys, and let's say 6 Blood Knights, and then 1 more Necromancer, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will put us at 19, 1 more Necromancer will put us at 20. Oh, in fact, that'll be too many in some ways, but it'll be perfect because we can replace the 2 Corpse Carts with a couple of Mortis Engines, and the army will be complete. Beautiful. Alright, that works. It certainly works. Oh, I love cheap Graveguard. And then I guess we can delete you guys, but you know what? We'll keep you for now in case you run into some sort of fight. You know what? You can start moving out. I'd really rather you get the trait for defeating Throt, and I know this will mean, you know, heading up towards the walls, regardless of the fact that we will have no ram, but we can break through it with some monster or something like that, so it won't change the matter too much. Alrighty, happy with that, and I believe that's enough admin for now. Let's get to taking out Skavenblight. Alrighty, do you two need your points? I guess you need your points. We got Master of the Dead, we could get Curse of Years, Earthing's probably the better pick right now, yeah, so let's go for Earthing. And then out of here, let's go for Curse of Years. Probably unlikely that we're going to use it right now, but you never know. Oh, yet another point. Get Van Hells. And what about you? You're in the corpse cart to you, my friend, are gonna go through Invocation of Nehek. And let's get Raised Dead first, then we'll go through the other good stuff afterwards. Alrighty. And that seems fine to me. Let's send Rudy in. Skavenblight, we're gonna fight this cinematically, even though I don't feel like we really super need to, but I'm sure it'll be fun nonetheless. Plus it is their capital, after all. Alrighty, sorry Rudy, I think we missed your speech, buddy, because the camera spawned all the way on the other side of the map. Also, looks like the enemy towers have warp lightning, so that's going to be damaging if we allow it to be. Rudy taking, well, 15%-ish damage while he moves in. At least these aren't the rocket towers, so they won't deal as much splash damage, at the very least. Alrighty, Rudy going with a Dragon Breath onto an enemy unit of Storm Vermin. Of course, the enemy army is fairly basic, doesn't have a lot of... oh, actually, that was a unit of Clan Rats, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, it was the unit of Clan Rats, but it was the named unit of Clan Rats. Plague Rolk here, I guess, which is a part of a garrison or something. I'm not entirely sure why this unit is named when their lord is this Plague Priest. Huh. Yeah, none of the other Clan Rats are named. Unless this guy was part of a garrison, I didn't realize it. Well, I guess ultimately, it's not going to matter that much. We're going to head towards the walls with our piles of units, moving the skeletons up front so that the enemy towers hit them with all of our units of Cairn Wraiths behind. Obviously, the Necromancer as well as the Mortis Engine are going to go directly for the gate to try to break it down. And then in the meantime, Rudy is going to be working on whatever he can find on top of the walls and below them as well. He's not really threatened by Clan Rats or anything of that nature, of course. And there we go, keep casting, buddy, keep casting. And a purple set of Zareyas going down on some units of Clan Rats here. And oh, those are Ungors that got trapped in it. Pretty bad idea for them. Unfortunately, the purple sun does immediately move away, though it does seem to have done a decent amount of damage. It certainly left a lot of gore behind it. It's a really lovely spell, but it, I don't know, I don't generally have great luck with it, although I generally don't have good luck with any Vortex spells. But who knows? At least the moving Vortex spells. That's why I love the Pit of Shades. And it looks like it's time to start going for the enemy Plague Priest here. Gonna get that Spirit Leech on him, and then maybe even try to catch him as well. Gotta love that graphical update to Spirit Leech, though. Really appreciate that one. And we're about to raise some zombies on top of the enemy lord, although it looks like he'll keep running, but that's okay. Allow these enemy storm vermin to close, although not all of them. Some of them will get killed by the dragon breath, and then they will close with those zombies, and as soon as they do, we can hit them with some damaging spells. Looks like most of the enemy formation is going to be here. Of course, at the same time, the gate of, well, this gate's only at about half, but the other gate has fallen, and our Cairn Wraiths as well as our Mourn Ghouls are going to stream into the city and start destroying stuff. At the same time, I just want to point it out that our Hex Wraiths have all deployed on the other sides of the map where the enemy has no units whatsoever, and as soon as they're done with the gates, which should be very, very soon, in fact, 200 HP, 100 HP, and I'm pretty sure same-ish HP there, they will start moving in and capture locations. Alright. Good job, everybody. Let's get back to the main portion of the battle, which I guess is going to be here with Rudy. He's going to be doing that pounce animation with his dragon doggo, and continue to raise more zombies. Yeah, smell musk of fear probably all over the place, and here comes yet another purple son of Zareyas. It's just such a fun spell. Unfortunately, rather than moving through the enemy, where the entire enemy blob is, it will instead go directly for Rudy, as well as the zombies we just summoned. Really, really pretty irritating, I gotta say. If only the moving vortexes didn't do damage to your own units, like the, what's that spell called? Hawks of Miska. The Hawks of Miska out of the Lore of Tempest, which you can use freely in blobs like this and not get worried about them killing your own army. It's okay though, the zombies stood their ground insofar as they're fairly decently difficult to kill. And it looks like the enemy lord here is just about dead and is terrified on top of it. Good job, Rudy. It's not like the Purple Sun is a threat to you. In the meantime, our Mourngulls and our Cairn Wraiths have streamed into the city and are going to be basically completely unthreatened by all these clan rats and whatever else is in here. And there we go. Good job, Mourngulls. This one went really far ahead of the rest of his Mourngull pack. Good job. And let's see what we got going on here. A Wind of Death coming in. The Purple Sun of Zareus may not have been effective, but this does put a smile on my face. There we go. And it bounces 3 times through that entire blob and kills everything there. You gotta love it when the enemy just bunches up in an area like this, where you can zigzag a breath through them like that. Pretty sure we would have done a lot better just using 2 Winds of Death rather than 2 Purple Suns. Maybe even 2 Winds of Death over 3 Purple Suns would have probably still done more damage. If only it wasn't such a pretty spell. I'd use it less. Plus we gotta remember we do have Spell Mastery, so it can't hurt a lot more. We gotta wait until we find some more enemies to blob up around, and damn, what's all this smoke around? Is that to do with the Mourngulls? Huh, it seems like the effect is directly on them. Because they basically can't be seen. Huh. You know, I never noticed that before, unless that's something I'm not familiar with. I'm pretty sure I remember them being way more visible than this before. But oh well, at least like they're doing work. They're jumping out of the fog there and killing enemies before they know what's happening. In fact, this feels right, you know what I mean? This seems like it would make it a lot more frightening. Suddenly this, like, super thick fog, and then there's ghosts and Mourngulls everywhere. Alrighty, well done to you guys. I do believe most of the enemies here are dead. The Mortis Engine has entered the fray with a few units opposing it, but otherwise really just about done here. We're also chasing down the Plague Priest with Rudy, and our Cav, our Hex Wraiths, are also into the enemy city, capturing a key building here and searching for more places to cap, mostly so that the enemy isn't able to use towers anywhere. And the enemy has summoned a unit of Menace below on top of our Hex Wraiths here. Or the Chillgeists specifically. And even though these guys didn't charge into them, I don't imagine they have too much of a chance there. Well, let's watch the end of this battle, which I do believe should be here. Rudy will probably have killed the enemy lord right now, or will be about to kill him shortly. One more Spirit Leech should finish him. There we go. How's the Spirit Leech draining that many souls from him? There's just one guy. Why is it doing that? Oh well, maybe he had multiple souls on him that he was keeping in a little magical pouch or something like that. Alrighty, and this should be the last. Now we just have to finish off these units that are holding with our Cairn Wraiths and our Mortis Engine hovering overhead, and the battle will be done. Alright, I see Scurry Away activating, I hear the Horns of Retreat, and I do believe the battle should be done. And there we go. The entire enemy army shattered, not too much trouble. Our losses are probably pretty minimal, and I think most of the damage was done by the towers to our skeletons that climb the walls. Still useful to have them to send up the walls just because they have that perfect vigor. Huh, wait, why are they fading? They have perfect vigor, how could they be fading? Huh. Wait a second. Maybe I'm not entirely sure how perfect vigor works. Odd. I'll have to look that up afterwards. But I suppose in this particular situation, it doesn't really matter. Skavenblight is ours, and, well, we don't really have to heal up here. We can just go on and continue the destruction of Clan Scryer. Pretty easy. Alrighty, nice and systematic. Good job, Rudy and his army, and Skavenblight is thus ours. I'd be tempted to sack it if it weren't a decent territory, and a decent territory it is. So ooh, a free gibbet. Lovely. We're gonna delete this, and this one we'll replace it with something. Too bad it ain't tier 5, but we ain't waiting for it. Province secured. The Blight Marshes, yes, because it's the only thing here, yes. Foster Terror, obviously, though we'll have a lot of Skaven corruption to put down, and it's already generating an okay amount of cash. Lovely. And now Tobaro and Magritta. Magritta will still probably generate a decent amount of money for us. And wait, 1, 2, 3? Are there 3 territories that we have to take here? Wait a second. They only own 2, right? No, they own 4. Oh, wait. We know that they own Karakazor, so that's 1. Oh, and I guess it's all 3 territories here. I don't think they own Bilbali because, well, there's 100% chaos corruption there. Looks like it was destroyed by Morgur here. Interesting. Well, I think that went pretty well, and I guess this is probably where we're going to call this episode. There's still a lot of money to spend. I will take a look at some of it between the episodes, because there's a bunch of, like, admin, like, buildings and stuff, and it frankly takes a long time. And then next time, we will hopefully have a fight with Throt, and we will also move Aldous in to get the rest of his units, i.e. at least 3 Blood Knights from Prague, and wherever we can find the rest, and then we'll send him out to do his thing. I'm not entirely sure what that thing is going to be yet. Might send him down to fight Festus, or keep him here in the north. It really depends on who we want for that particular purpose. The thing is, the Ghoul army, by virtue of their relative lack of armor piercing, is probably not going to be as effective against Chaos Warriors as it will be against Norska, so that's a good reason to probably keep it in the north, at least while we're getting attacked by Norskans and not other Chaos Warriors. Vlad may also be able to take Krakadrak next turn, and will probably start trading territories to Dragina Enclave relatively quickly, though once again, I'd really like to get Durthu a little bit happier before we do that. I don't really care so much about the trade agreement, but, well, there's alliances to build here, which we still want to get done. And we may still do this, even though the 12k really hurts. It'll probably come in handy in the future. And of course we'll have to also figure out what to do with the High Elves, as in how exactly, other than having one hero here, we can make them happier with us. But I guess that'll be something to do next time. We may send another hero out there as well, but since we can't take military actions against these guys yet, that's pretty much the only thing we can do. There's also the possibility of declaring war on a bunch of Dark Elves, but we'd have to send our hero out there to find them, then to declare war on them, and just for these guys to be happier with us. But anyway, once again, I'm getting carried away, so we'll see. Stay tuned for more Vlad. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, whatever else I usually say. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.